Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel here. Today we're at a different house. This is our second build that we have going on. This is our Rocky Mountain house. And this one, you might remember this from a couple videos ago. This is the basement here that we spent a couple weeks digging out, get this site prepared. So now that the hole is here, everything's leveled out. Next thing to do is get the forms set so we can have the concrete pad poured in here. That's what we'll be doing this episode. We have the concrete scheduled, the pump scheduled. So yeah, we gotta get this these forms in here and the rebar and all that stuff, so we can get this ready for the concrete. So yeah, less talking, more working. Let me show you what we're doing here. Get you spun around. So we'll be using 2x6s as outside forms, even though this will probably be a maybe a 4.5 to 5 inch thick slab here. Got the laser set out here to make sure everything's level. We've gone over this a couple times and double checked that the hole is big enough. Had to take a little bit more from that side there. That pipe there is the sewer, that one is the water. That one will be going across there, and going over there, there'll be a little utility room there. But yeah, that's if now we can get the plans out, kind of get some marks made, some stakes put out, and just kind of get this thing kind of roughly put in here, and then get the final form done. So let's get to work. Yeah, just a little bit later. Actually, it's a lot of bit later. It doesn't look like we did a lot here, but we started on these forms here, and it's a little harder here, just because like this wall is straight, but it has like these little like indents that go in. So it goes like here is like in 2 feet, out, and then back in 16 inches and out there. So it's kind of hard to get that straight, but what we ended up doing is just running a string line for one end to another, and then measuring off the string line to the ends there, so that way we could get our forms there perfectly straight. And then it's a little bit too high here, so we had to dig that down a bit, and I wanted to dig it down a little bit so we could kind of go along there, and we'll dig that back a little bit. So along the edges of the pad here, it's going to be about 6 to 8 inches deep, and then more here in the middle, it'll be about 4 inches. So once we did that one there, we came back around to here, and we put this first one on here. And to get this wall square with this other one, we just did that the 3, 4, 5 method, which is it's 3 feet, 4 feet, and then measure across there, corner to corner. It should be 5 feet, but we multiplied that to 9 feet to there, and then 12 feet to here, and then it's going to be 15 feet across there, and that way we're able to get that corner square. And when we end up coming out here, we get to the end, and it was about, that wall there was a couple feet too far in, so we had to take stuff apart, get the skid steer in here again, and take this wall back a couple of feet. But everything fits in there good now, finally. And we'll make our way across here. This is our front door, and then it'll come back there, over, back down there, over, and then back again. And then once that is in, all the forms are in there, and we'll come back, and there's a lot of these rocks in here we're going to clean up and get the laser out and just make sure that this pad is 4 inches thick all the way through the middle, and then about 6 to 8 inches around the center. And then down the center here, we'll have to dig a little deeper trench, because that's where a big load bearing wall is going to sit on top of. But yeah, anyways, we're going to go ahead and finish this little bit of wall there. I probably won't film that because it's just putting boards on the ground and staking them down, but I'll show you that when that's done. And we're going to get this done before it gets too hot, because it's still nice and cool. So I'll see you over there when these forms are done.
Much later.
And back again in the basement. It's been a couple days. We took a couple days off for the holidays. We're back now. I'll show you the progress that we've made. We got the forms put up all the way around here, so that is ready there. And Andrew, he's been working hard at getting this leveled out and brought down the grade. We had the laser down here and just bring this down, so making sure that the average thickness of this pad here is at least 4 inches in some of these like the high spots, and it's about 6 inches in others, but that's okay. I'd rather have it a little bit thicker. And there's a few spots down the middle where we went those thicker for the load-bearing walls to sit on top of. Came back after the weekend and we've had some things kind of like here where the banks fall in, or over there some of the wall caved in on the forms, but we'll take those off. Next thing to do, the plumber is coming and gonna bring us a some kind of like little like sump pump, and that's gonna be not for draining any water out of the like the dirt here, but in there we'll dig that pump, a hole out for the pump, some kind of a sewer ejector pump, and we'll have a floor drain on there because we'll put the water heater in here. This is going to be a utility room in there, and we want like a floor drain for there. But mostly I wanted a drain here in the basement just because there's none here, and if a pipe was ever to break or something and the basement flooded, then I want a way to take the water out, and that will go up and then connect directly into the sewer pipe, which will come along here and into the wall here in the utility room. So that'll be pretty easy for that one. But hard part is we just have to dig that out. That won't be any fun in these rocks. But yeah, there's not a lot left to do. We're gonna dig that hole out, and we gotta put our vapor barrier down. And we have some metal remesh to put in, and that'll be about time for concrete, and that'll be here in a couple days. So we'll go ahead, get this cleaned out, and then I'll come back when we're kind of working on that pump there. A lot of these foundations you see like this, where you do like the basement, people put in the footers first, and then do their ICF, and then do the pad for the basement. But this ground here it's just so hard and rocky that this one doesn't even need any kind of footers. We'll just put the pad in here, put rebar and remesh just around the edge there, make sure it's nice and strong. And this foundation, I'm not worried about it settling at all. But anyways, look behind here. We were able to get our pump here. So this is a sewage ejector pump. I was thinking just like a small pump, just for the basement in case any water got in here. But this is like a full-size sewer pump here. It's gonna be connected to this drain here. It'll go here in the corner, and the drain will be out there. But it's kind of nice to be with a bigger one like this, because in the future we can still upgrade and cut the concrete, connect a pipe there over to here, maybe in this another room, and put in another bathroom, just like a simple toilet and sink. So that's something good about having something a little bit bigger. It can handle sewage if we want to in the future. But yeah, just thinking ahead for the future. Want to upgrade or anything like that, but like you see here, we have to go down about 1.5 feet in these rocks here, and we have to dig another trench over here for the pipe to go in. So that's just what we're going to be doing now. And yeah, just wish us luck. We don't hit any big boulders because we don't have any excavator here today. We just have the backhoe right here. Right. So wish us luck. I'll be back here in a second. And a few very hard hours later, that pump is in there. Dug that down about 1.5 inches. Not 1.5 inches, 1.5 feet, because that's 2 feet deep. And a lot of rocks came out of that big one, all these rocks here. So yeah, that was a tough one to do. Plumber, he came back and he put this little pipe together here, and there's some kind of new plumbing code. It's something I think is really stupid, but just this little piece of pipe here that has to be air tested, which is, I don't know, kind of dumb just to air test. This little thing was just 2 fittings on there, but whatever. I guess that's what they want you to do. So he's doing his part. He knows what to do. What we're gonna do today is, this is all finished up and ready to go for concrete. So we have a couple boxes of vapor barrier over there. It's a 6 mil vapor barrier. We'll go ahead and roll this out over this whole pad site here, and then we have a bunch of sheets of remesh. I'll show you that in a minute. And we're going to drag that down here and put this in here and lay that down, and then it'll be almost ready for concrete. So let's go ahead and get this vapor barrier pulled out. So we made pretty quick work of that. Put our plastic down, put this remesh down. The reason I'm not using rebar in this one because this ground is so compact and rocky that I'm definitely not worried about any kind of settling. So this remesh in here is just this metal kind of mesh in here. This stuff will keep this pad nice and strong. And then we went ahead. Some of the places we put these little stakes in there. We got the laser out and we measured from the top of the slab there over and put the stakes down to that top level there, just so we'll know what the depth is going to be of this concrete, because it's dirt, so it's kind of up and down in some spots. So that'll help us with our grade and level there of the concrete. Yeah, everything's basically done here. So next thing is the inspector will come, look at that little piece of pipe there, and once that's done, we'll fill that in with some sand and compact that, and ready for concrete, which will be in a couple days. So yeah, while we're waiting for this, we'll go do a couple things, and I'll see you guys right back here on concrete day.
The next day.
And here, finally, it's concrete day. The pump truck, he is here. He's all set up and ready. Got our concrete, the vibrating power screed there. That's going to help out a lot. The concrete truck, the first one, I can see through the trees there, but he pulled up. They'll have 3 trucks here today. And having this big concrete pump truck here, this is going to be really nice to get this stuff spread out here. Hopefully it goes pretty easy process with getting this done. But yeah, anyways, I won't be able to film too much of it as I'm pouring it because we kind of need all of us here. So I got the time lapse set up there for you guys to watch. So we'll go ahead, get this poured out, and when I get a minute, I'll get back on the camera. And we're all done here. The pump truck left. The 3 concrete trucks there, empty and gone. Yeah, it's all done here. It kind of got a little rough in a couple of spots here. That's just because like the second and third trucks they got here and they were really old. They were about an hour and a half old. So as soon as they got into these forms here, it started drying pretty quick, and we had to work on it real fast. But I'm not too worried if there's a couple of like rough spots out here, because this will get all the carpet or LVP. So anything that's rough will be covered up. Not even a big deal. So overall, I'm happy with the way it turned out. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for today. I'm super tired. This was a really hard thing to do. 25 yards with bunch of new people. We're all kind of new to concrete. We're not professionals, but we still got it done. Everything's level, looking nice down there. And this will be a nice foundation to put our ICF walls on. And that'll be for the next episode. We'll be getting down there, putting the Fox block in, and then be filling that up. At least with Fox block, that's a little bit easier. Kind of looking forward to that one. But yeah, this concrete pad back here, that's the hardest part to do. That is done, so I'm real happy. I'm going to go home, get some lunch, a nice cold drink, and take a little break for the afternoon. So guys, thank you so much for watching this episode and all the episodes that I've done. all your comments and support. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you right back here next weekend.